What's up, everyone? This is Anthony Gallegos alongside Mitch Dyer.
Yo!
And we are here to talk about the Counter-Strike Go review.
That game's out now.
Obviously, this isn't the Counter-Strike Go review.
Nope.
But
there's no review right now.
No, and why is that, Mitch? Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. That guy rocked your world.
It just came out today.
It did, yeah. So Counter-Strike Go is out now. It's been in beta for a little bit. Anthony, you and I have been playing that every night as much as we can.
Yeah.
But the game is out now for real. And we are just starting to play it alongside you guys at the same time anybody out there who is playing Counter-Strike Go.
I mean, that's the reality, right, is that IGN has kind of a policy, we're not going to review a beta.
Right. And it's been in beta for a few weeks. I've been playing it off and on for a while. But it was absolutely not in a reviewable state. There were weird texture issues, like especially in this map, Dust. There was all sorts of purple textures in places there should not have been purple textures. But that seems to be mostly sorted out now that it's released.
Yeah, so I mean that's the whole thing is that we want to make sure that we're giving the game its fair shake. So, we didn't want you guys to think that we weren't just going to do a review. Of course, we're going to do a review for IGN.
Get out of
review
there.
The big games. But we just have to make sure that we give the game its due.
Yeah, so the review will be done. I'm doing it now. I'm playing a bunch. Right now I'm just observing Anthony, and I'm learning because I'm terrible at Counter-Strike.
You're not learning anything. I'm doing so terribly.
Listen, this is like Holmes and Watson. Like I learn what not to do based on what you do. But the review will be out. The review will be live sometime this week. We're hoping, maybe Monday. Depends on how much time I need to really get a full grip on what's new in Go. I don't know what the term in Global Offensive in Counter-Strike new. Of which there's a bunch of new stuff, right? Like there's different map layouts, there's new weapons, is there new modes?
I mean, there's a lot of things that Counter-Strike, like longtime Counter-Strike fans are going to be like, oh my god, I can't believe they changed this and that.
Slight different layout in Dust.
And weapon spreads can be a little bit different. Like I've had one of my friends who's very into the game complaining that the M4 is now essentially useless, is what he says.
Really?
But that's probably,
I don't know,
a pretty
I was doing
extreme
all right
opinion.
with it. I've killed some dudes with the M4.
Also, they've done some things like, let me see if I can grab a scoped rifle. And I'll show.
This is really cool.
Now, like scoped rifles, previously you could just keep scoped while you're running; it didn't even matter. And in just a second, I'll show you one of the more subtle changes they've done. So now with the scoped rifle, you can still zoom in, you can still move, but as you see, whenever I move, it does that little bit of a fog effect almost.
Yeah.
So
it's even more pronounced on the machine guns when you scope in with I don't know the name of the gun, but it's one of the high-end CT weapons where you zoom in, the scope goes almost purple, a little bit distorted just with some color. Probably a lighting thing. I'm not entirely sure of the science behind scope distortion, Anthony.
Yeah, me either off the top of my head, Mitch. But yeah, I mean there's it's just like a lot of the little subtle effects that are going to take some getting used to for people. I mean it's not going to be something that you can just sort out in a day. And Mitch wants to make sure that as a person who's not intimately familiar with past Counter-Strikes.
Yeah, I am not a hardcore player at all. I've played Counter-Strike, but it is not my jam.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Anthony, you ruined everything.
Sorry, it's really hard to play this game talk. I mean,
it's really hard to play this game while not talking.
Yeah, but anybody that knows Counter-Strike, I mean, it's hardcore, right?
Yeah.
There's no zooming down the sights. So scope weapons, yes, you can zoom down the sights.
But machine guns, no. It's a lot like Left 4 Dead, where what you have is what you get. Like you can crouch to kind of improve your spread, but for the most part, you can't really look down sights, which feels a little weird. We'll see how that affects me long term playing it, but right now it's really kind of bothersome in 2012 to play a competitive shooter that does not allow you to look down your sights.
I agree. I mean, there's some things about this game that feel dated, probably likely intentionally so.
Sure.
But then they also have other things that, they've tried to improve. Like you can tell they've tried to improve the interface for how you buy weapons in the beginning there with that radial menu.
Yeah, it's really, really slick.
But, oof.
That's blinding, but nobody there to surprise you. You're doing all right.
No,
oh God!
No, I'm not.
Hide, Anthony. Get that gun. Oh, this is intense. Will he make it? Oh no! No,
oh, I hit him, but I didn't get a headshot.
That could have gone better.
That's the whole thing of Counter-Strike, right? Is that it is really hardcore. How you shoot a person. How you shoot person. But no, I mean where you shoot a person really is what matters, right?
Yeah, and
so the headshot is everything in this game. I mean, this game more than any other game I've ever played makes headshots feel especially significant.
Right, and the Kevlar and the helmet kind of take away from that, I feel. I'm still kind of getting a feel for the ballistics and the hitboxes and stuff in this game, especially with when people buy armor, which you can spend. It's pretty cheap to buy armor too. You can basically lose a match and then stock up on pretty incredible gear. Which, I don't know, that's kind of how Counter-Strike always was. It really benefited anybody. If you just played, like, cool, you were going to get cool new stuff the next round.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's mildly frustrating at times. Look at this dude tearing this guy up. Getting nothing. He's missing every shot.
Well, yeah, he's not doing so well. That was a good example of how not to scope very well.
He was also on a pretty predictable pattern, which is why he got just blown away.
Correct. I mean, that's one thing about this game is that more than, every shooter I would say emphasizes skill, of course.
Sure,
yeah. But Counter-Strike feels like when you are skilled, you are extremely skilled.
And you're doing it with less at your disposal because you have a very limited amount of weapons, sometimes even less if you can't afford to buy grenades or flashbangs or whatever. And again, like you can't look down your sights, so you have to rely on purely what you have at your disposal without any modifications or benefits a lot of the time.
And so clearly what we're playing for review right now is the PC when I'm using a mouse and keyboard. But in the coming days, Mitch, you're also going to be playing it on other platforms.
Yeah, I'm going to be playing the 360. Sorry, guy.
Oh,
no,
sorry.
Anthony. Flashbang. Are you still alive?
I doubt it.
Oh, goodness. No, you're fine. It's good. So yeah, Counter-Strike comes out on PS3 today, on Tuesday, and on 360 the following day. And we're going to see how those stack up. Traditionally, Counter-Strike, not really a console game. It appeared on, was it PS2 and Xbox?
I think
there was definitely an Xbox game, because like right up until they killed the servers on Xbox, like the original Xbox Live, like that was a really, really high-ranking game.
Totally, but there's a lot of considerations that'll have to be made because those were, that was easy because those were ports of a previously existing Counter-Strike version. Like this one has some older content that's been re-envisioned for the new one, but this is a proper new Counter-Strike.
Yeah, built on Source Engine.
And there are going to be considerable differences. You 360 you're only playing with a controller, so how's that going to work for headshots? And PS3 version allows you to use a mouse and keyboard, so there's a lot to take in for it.
Right.
So
it's going to be interesting to see how they function on consoles. Thankfully, no crossplay. You can't play PS3 players on the PC or anything, which would completely break things.
Would probably make every PS3 player hate the game forever
yeah.
as soon as they got beat on by a PC player.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's kind of a Counter-Strike Go day one. Here we are. It's finally out.
Yep, we're playing it.
Valve has put out another game. So.
How about finally? Yeah, it's not Half-Life.
Yeah, it's not Half-Life. Sorry.
But it's good. Counter-Strike is pretty good so far. I'm enjoying it anyway.
Yeah, so look forward to Mitch's review in the coming days for the PC, PS3, and Xbox 3 versions of Counter-Strike Go. And for all things Counter-Strike Global Offensive, you should only ever go to IGN.com.